Just like the Bible itself starts with "Let there be light," every keyboard warrior's journey begins with rocking Notepad on Windows 10 Home, proudly calling themselves a hacker because they watched a 7-minute YouTube tutorial titled "I hacked NASA using CMD, no download." They've got Kali Linux in a VM, even though it crashes every time they open Wireshark. Their desktop wallpaper, the matrix code falling, their terminal skills, they type grep and feel like a dangerous alpha wolf apex predator. Password is still admin123, but it's okay. They're behind a VPN. They don't write code so much as copy-paste Python scripts off GitHub without reading them. And when something breaks, they just cry to their Papa GPT, "Please fix it for me. Make it sound human." Then comes the VS Code CyberChad. Runs Parrot OS in a VM inside Windows, inside Linux, because compartmentalization. Their VS Code setup has more extensions than functional brain cells, including 5 linters that all disagree and a theme so dark it actively absorbs light. They've got a split terminal with Tmux, Z-Shell, and some plugin that makes their terminal say, "There's nothing to see here." They use Copilot for their write-ups and GPT for their Metasploit payloads, but still claim to manually craft every exploit. Their startup script plays the Metal Gear Solid alert sound, and they unironically call their laptop a cyberdeck. Now we go down the rabbit hole and meet the NeoVim Zealot. These people don't code, they summon code. They've spent more time configuring their NeoVim setup than you spent getting your degree. Their keyboard is split, ortholinear, and 3D printed. They run Arch Linux off a solar-powered ThinkPad with stickers that say, "I read RFCs for fun." Every tool they use is TUI-based, terminal-only, and maintained by exactly one guy on GitHub who hasn't updated it since 2005. They only communicate in keybinds and talk about muscle memory like it's a religion. If you send them a GUI screenshot, they will hiss and block you. Meanwhile, the Emacs user is in their lair. They're not a person, they're a legend.
I'd like to present to you my newly made Absolute Guide to Emacs video. It's around 1.5 years long. I can send it to you by FTP.
Their entire life runs in one terminal window. They send email, write blog posts, manage PGP keys, play Doom, and probably control a satellite, all from within Emacs. They've remapped every key on their keyboard and sacrificed their pinky to the Church of Cottrell. They claim Emacs isn't an editor, it's a lifestyle. They don't believe in the cloud. They are the cloud. Their calendar is integrated, their IRC client is active, and their buffer count is higher than your monthly income. They haven't seen sunlight since 2003, and that's exactly how they like it. And finally, we must speak of the cybersecurity IntelliJ enjoyer. Yes, they exist. They're the ones building internal tools in Kotlin for blue team dashboards that nobody asked for. Their code is clean, their reports are immaculate, and they know rejects like it's a love language. They're not hacking the planet, they're auditing IAM roles on AWS for a bank. These people wear polos unironically and describe everything as enterprise grade. They have a standing desk, 2-factor authentication tattooed on their soul, and a favorite Sans white paper. They've never hacked anything fun in their life, but they have a CISSP and the moral backbone of a compliance checklist. Honorable mentions: Sublime Text users still pretending the Paleolithic isn't over. Atom users, may your editor rest in peace. Nano users, let's be real, you just SSH'd into a server and got scared. And to the guy out there still using Eclipse for reverse engineering, I respect the grind, but I fear for your sanity. Found yourself yet? I hope so. Maybe you even feel a little called out. Hope I haven't completely offended you, and hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.